Beme, 27. Just moved into a new apartment in a quiet part of town. Kinda introverted, work in IT, nothing fancy. Download dating app out of boredom. Match with girl named Lana. Profile full of quotes about energy, boundaries, and authentic living. Pretty face, piercing eyes, pastel hair. First message: you seem emotionally grounded. Are you into shadow work? No idea what that means, but say, sure. She's impressed. Score.png. First few dates go surprisingly well. She's funny, spontaneous, brings me weird vegan pastries and calls me intuitive, says she feels safe with me, like I'm not like other guys. Feels good man. 3 weeks in, things shift. She starts pointing out all the things I do wrong. You only texted me once during your lunch break. Are you emotionally avoidant? Say I was just busy. That's what narcissists say. Okay. Month 1. She's at my place 5 nights a week. Reorganized my kitchen because it gave her anxiety. Told me my taste in music reinforces the patriarchy. Told me my bookshelf was colonial coded. I had 3 sci-fi books and a book on grilling. Okay.jpg. Start doubting myself. Start apologizing for things I didn't know were wrong. Once I said calm down during a discussion. Big mistake. She froze, stared at me. That's literally a microaggression. Do you realize how you're trying to silence me right now? I was just trying to help her breathe during an argument about oat milk versus almond milk. Another time, I jokingly said I didn't understand astrology. She stopped mid-sentence. Wow, that's such a toxic masculine thing to say. You're invalidating ancient wisdom. It was literally during breakfast. I was halfway through a bagel. Started walking on eggshells. Checking texts before sending. Rewriting things to sound emotionally available. Apologizing for stuff I didn't even understand. She once said, I feel like you're not creating space for my divine expression. Still don't know what that means. Friends noticed I got quieter. One told me, you're not yourself around her. Told Lana about that. That's a trauma response. Your friends are projecting their unresolved wounds onto our connection. What? Slowly became isolated. She'd cry if I made plans without her. Accused me of spiritual abandonment when I went to see a movie with my brother. Once told me you're addicted to toxic freedom when I wanted a night to play video games. Brain turned into soup. Kept thinking maybe I was the problem. Maybe I was emotionally stunted. Maybe I didn't understand enough about healing and safe space dynamics. Downloaded a therapy app just to get some clarity. Therapist needed 3 sessions to untangle the gaslighting spaghetti I brought. Final straw. She said, if you keep choosing independence over our sacred union, I'll have no choice but to reparent your inner child myself. What does that even mean? I'm done. 6 months out of that mess with Lana. Therapy twice a month. Joined a gym, got into hiking, bought a French press. Start feeling like myself again. Meet someone new. Her name's Ivy. Sweet. Smart. Not into moon energy. Life finally feels normal. Except one thing. Lana lives 2 buildings down. Awkward but manageable. Until I see her walking with him. New guy's name is Reese. Shaved sides, sunglasses even at night. Wears all black. Has that failed music producer turned life coach energy. Says things like, truth is subjective, and your pain is your profit. Red.flag.zip. Few weeks pass. Keep hearing arguing through her open windows. Lana used to be loud, chaotic, overly expressive. Now her voice is small. Run into her at the mailbox. She's wearing long sleeves on a hot day, no makeup. Asks if I've seen her delivery. As darting, looking nervous. Not the same girl. Talk to mutual acquaintance later. Apparently Reese doesn't let her see her old friends. Deleted her socials because they distorted her authenticity. Controls all the passwords to her emails and finances. Made her quit her job because corporate slavery ruins feminine energy. She now works for his healing brand. Spoiler. It's just an Instagram page where he reposts other people's quotes. Another friend said he has a tracker app on her phone. For trust, he said. Lana once left yoga early, and he made her do a 3-hour recommitment ritual to prove she wasn't lying. She had food poisoning. Start seeing her more often by chance. Walking fast, never alone. Sunglasses always on, even indoors. Asked how she's doing once. She said, "Reese is helping me detox from the illusion of personal choice." What? One time I saw her outside crying on the phone. Tried to approach. Reese came out 5 seconds later. She's fine. She doesn't need male energy interrupting her healing process. He literally stood between us until I walked away. Found out he made her burn a box of old attachments, aka photos, journals, clothes, anything from before him. Lana told a friend she didn't exist before Reese. Cult.vibes.wave. Worst part? People on his Instagram think he's some kind of spiritual guru. 10K followers. Posts selfies with captions like, "Your trauma is just your soul's invitation to submit. Barf. Start feeling sick every time I see them." Lana, once wild and untamed, now moves like she's trying not to breathe too loudly. And he always has a hand on her. Not romantic, possessive. Like she's property. Part of me wants to scream, "I told you so." Other part wants to get her out. But I remember what she said when I went fishing. "If you go, we're done." That's a boundary. She thought I was the controlling one. Now she's literally owned. 8 months post-breakup. Still living near Lana. Still dating Ivy. Life's been solid, weekly hikes, reading sci-fi, learned to make decent ramen. But Lana, she's unrecognizable. Reese eventually dipped. Heard from a neighbor he found higher frequency opportunities in Bali, aka some workshop scam with barefoot networking. Left Lana overnight. Literally packed at 2 a.m. and vanished. Left her with no money, no job, and an unpaid electric bill. First time I saw her after Reese ghosted. She was standing outside her building, wearing one of his old, oversized linen shirts. Barefoot, crying on the phone, hair greasy like she hadn't showered in days. Couldn't ignore it. Walked over gently. "Hey, you okay?" She looked at me like I just insulted her entire bloodline. "You don't get to ask that." What.jpg. Told her I was just checking in. "You never cared about my healing. You only cared about being right." Wow, okay. Tried to offer actual help, like groceries or calling someone she trusted. I don't need your savior complex. Reese may have left, but at least he never tried to suppress who I really was. Suppress? He literally made her quit her job, delete her friends, and burn her journals. I was freer with him than I ever was with you. MFW, she still defends the guy who disappeared with her laptop and therapy money. MFW, I once got called toxic for suggesting we split the Uber instead of walking in the rain. She said, "You were the most toxic thing that's ever happened to me." At least Reese didn't gaslight me by pretending to care while silently judging everything I said. Stunned.silence.exe. Stood there like an idiot, watching someone I once loved, now acting like I was the villain in a story she rewrote herself. Wanted to argue, explain, fight for my side. But what's the point? "I'm glad he's gone," she said. "But you were worse." Walked away barefoot. Left me standing there with this weird mixture of guilt and relief. Like I survived a storm, but the house next door is still flooding. Couldn't save her, and she doesn't want to be saved. Beme. Year and a half later. Still with Ivy. We moved in together. Turns out peace and shared playlists are underrated. She buys weird mugs at thrift stores I cook on weekends. Finally feel like a human and not a rehab center with legs. One day coming back from grocery run. See a familiar man bun and linen shirt combo outside Lana's place. Reese.exe has returned. No Bali enlightenment, just a suitcase and the same smug aura of borrowed spirituality. No surprise, he came back once he ran out of people to leech on. Lana took him back. Not even surprised anymore. They're still together. Still in that weird orbit of fake healing and real damage. I see her now and then. She avoids eye contact. Walks faster when people approach. Looks pale, anxious, like she hasn't slept in weeks. No more moon circles or incense. Just hoodies, silence, and an occasional argument muffled through her window. Ivy asked once, "Is she okay?" Paused. "I don't know. But I'm not the one to help her anymore." And I meant it. Not out of bitterness. Not out of pride. Just finally understood. It wasn't me. It was never me. The gaslighting, the control, the narrative flipping. She'd have done that to anyone who loved her. I just happened to be first in line. People like Lana don't want healing. They want chaos dressed as transformation. And people like Reese? Perfect storm. I used to want to fix her. Now I just want to make dinner with Ivy and laugh at dumb movies. Saw Lana and Reese last week, arguing about something near the mailbox. She looked at me for half a second. No anger, no sadness, just emptiness. Nodded once. Walked past. Never looked back. MFW, I finally healed. MFW, the most powerful thing I ever did was walk away and let the past stay broken.